Dear Lori, I made this video to make sure that you guys can explain to the client correctly the difference with what they received and what they saw in the showroom that is in gold. Okay, first I want to start off by showing you how gold as opposed to silver will stain the skin differently, even though it's the same procedure, but without question it amounts to a different look. That's why we have the actual samples that match the tonality. This green is the best example that I found with the samples that I have. This is a new emerald green that we're using for the United Kingdom. We start off here, very flat, just your typical goat skin in green, okay? I take the same color and then I use leaf sanding, which is just those little chunks, not the procedure that you guys had over there, but the little chunks of the leaf sanded on top of the goat skin. You see how the tone changes differently and how this stained even greener and in a different tonality. And then the one that you guys have, which is with the gold dust, okay? You see, we start, all three samples have the exact same color, base color, which is this one. But if I use one procedure, you get to this. If I use another procedure, you get to that. And that's simply because the nature of the type of gold that you're using, or the type of particles that you're using, is completely different. So it'll stain differently. The same thing happens with silver. This is another example of another very dark navy blue. I'm not sure if you can see that correctly, but this is where I start. Once I apply the gold leaf, this is where I get to, okay? Now, with the specific case of the piece that the client received, the base, I don't have a base color to show you, but if I use gold, I get here. You see how this turns more purplish, okay? You can still see, let's say the freckles, if you will, when I use gold. They start in the same base color, but then with this one, you see, this purplish, let's say navy blue, disappears and you get more of a metallic tone, which is exactly what the client received. Now, you can see it still has the little speckles, that sprinkle, if you will, okay? It's because the particles are necessarily different. So, I mean, you're gonna have seemingly the same effect, okay? But the little chunks on gold may seem, like here, for example, you're gonna see a much easier line, okay? Because the chunks are a lot bigger than you would here in the metal, okay? You can still see slightly, but slightly smaller, okay? This is what the client received. But you cannot compare between gold and silver. She still receives, it's the same procedure, but gold will tend to stain differently than silver, okay? Here, this remains bluish, if you will. Here, this remains more purple, okay? It's just the nature of when you do it between silver and when you do it with gold, okay? I hope this is important for you guys to keep in mind, for you guys to pass on to the client, and for her to know and rest assured that she received the piece exactly with that silver dust that was necessary, okay? Nonetheless, as she says, the piece looks beautiful. We inspected it ourselves. Quality's perfect, and the tonality that she was looking for is right there, okay? Hope this helps.